Welcome back, everyone. Here are my predictions for June 2022. It's an important month because there's a lot happening. There is Saturn that is going retrograde all over again. It's going to rest at 0 degrees before it gets into retrogression, and then in the coming months, it'll finally, I should say, in the coming weeks, because next month it's going to start hitting Capricorn. At this point, it's rested at 1 degrees in Aquarius. Saturn is always an important transit which affects everyone. Apart from that, there's Venus that is moving further, there's Mercury that's moving. So it's an interesting month. Some very important transits that are going to shake up the world, especially is going to be around Mars, the movement of Mars. So let's see what June has in store for you. Just remember, when I mention a particular sign, it's for your sun sign, moon sign, and ascendant sign. So apply it accordingly. Before I start, as always, I would like to thank my Jyotish Gurus and my spiritual gurus. I'm always grateful. So let's see what June has in store for you. June starts with many of you adapting to change and looking at new opportunities. Many of you are traveling in the month of June. 4th of June is a good day. Initial few days are a little chaotic, but as we reach the 4th and 5th of June, many of you are feeling more sorted, more stable. There is clarity around the environment. Conflict is reduced. It's a good day that brings benefit for many of you, clarity and new beginnings for most of you. If you have been waiting for results in the initial part or end of May, then now you will start receiving them. If you are waiting for some news to come in, then you can be sure that now it's on its way. Something new that you've been wanting to start, it's a good time to start it now, which is literally the 4th or the 5th of June. Middle of the June, there are some interesting days. 15th and 16th of June are days that will impact most of you, especially the signs of Taurus, Libra, Aquarius, Capricorn. These, so if you have your sun sign, moon sign, or ascendant in these signs, then the impact will be larger on you. But overall, 15th and 16th are important days. These are days on which you will get some sudden news. There may be changes in plan. There may be sudden changes around you. So some events will take place. Something might unfold. Something you didn't expect might suddenly come in. So some sort of change you can expect in the middle of June. We move further in the rest of the month. There seems to be some sort of delay for most of you. So things are moving steadily. Things are moving forward. But some of you might feel that it's a little slow. You would want the progress of things to be faster. Some of you are planning to spend time with your family or your loved ones in this month. I see many of the families getting together. I see travel happening. For a lot of you, there'll be long distance travel also happening in the month of June. So a lot of focus on relationships, spending time on relationships, traveling for relationships. So when I say relationships, it can be family, relatives, children, spouses, people you love, people who matter to you, close friends. But I see a lot of effort being put in trying to resolve communication or reduce distance, or making an effort to spending time with those who you care about. And this is more towards the first 2 weeks of June. 28th and 29th of June are days when I want most of you to be a little cautious. I'm expecting some trouble on these days. These could be dates, which is 28th of June and 29th of June are days where some parts of the world could see some sort of terror attack, some fire attack, some unpleasant incidents around the law being broken or some aggression being done. For some places, this can also bring some sort of a natural calamity or fire accidents. So especially if you are an Aries, like I said, whenever I mention signs, it's ascendant, sun and moon. So if your any of these falls into Aries, Scorpio, Aquarius, then you need to be extra careful. Also Libra and Taurus to some extent. Not that it will impact you for sure, but you need to be a bit cautious. So, for example, if you're driving, be cautious. If you are able to, then avoid traveling on these dates because there could be some unpleasant incidents around the world on these days. Another thing that I observed seeing the planets was that around these dates is also a point where the ongoing war is going to see a turning point. So 28th and 29th, the war could get worse. Perhaps some more countries would get pulled in. Perhaps the aggression will get furthermore, or the pressure on some countries would increase. But 28th and 29th of definitely makes the environment far more aggressive, more prone to violence or terror or attacks. So I see that the war condition is definitely going to get worse, but it's not forever. This effect would be there for the next few weeks. After a couple of weeks, things will start resolving. So as they say that when something falls down, it finally hits rock bottom before it finally starts resolving or rising back up. So I would say that 28th and 29th of June would mark a rock bottom in terms of the war or aggressive situations around. And you can expect that slowly and gradually over the weeks, that after the 29th of June, things will move towards resolution. So 28th and 29th, after that hit, there will be a turning point. The turning point would come in and things will then start improving. So those of you whose businesses are connected and impacts you, the war situation impacts everyone in terms of global economy. But do understand this, that these are the dates. There will be a hit on these two dates, that's 28th and 29th. Then there will be a turning point in the coming weeks. And finally, things will start resolving and the universe will, or the world would, I would say, start recovering from this disaster that is ongoing. Apart from this, June is a month that has mixed results. It's stable and static for most of you, except for the middle of the month will be changes, as I had pointed out. But it's a month where you continue to stay focused on making plans. Some of you are focused on making plans for your family, their future, planning things around the home environment, while others of you are working hard towards making those changes in your business. You're making an effort towards expansion and recovery. Please go ahead and do so. Just remember, the efforts that you're making in this month will not give you results right away. So remember, you saw these predictions. You've got to be patient. This is the time where you're planting the seeds. You don't expect fruit to come right away. The fruits of the effort made in the month of June will start being received by you somewhere in October and November, where I see finally these are good months. These are months that are returning success, that are returning the fruits of your hard work. This month, while right now June is about plowing the seeds, so it's hard work. Go ahead and make the hard work. Don't let the slowness of the results put you down. Remember, you've got to do the work at this point. The results will come in soon. So June is about that. And I would say that in the end of the month, avoid travel, watch your health, especially the signs that I've mentioned: Aries, Scorpio, Libra. Watch your health, take care of digestion, what you eat, be careful with driving, and stay positive. Follow the dates that I have mentioned so that you are able to plan things better ahead. My advice for June specifically to everyone would be, this is a month where you will get hugely tested around patience, personal relationships, and trust. Whether it's trust in your personal relationships, marriage, personal partners, or whether it's trust around social relationships, family relationships, business partnerships, this month will bring out issues where many of you will find out the truth. You may have to face unpleasant facts about lies or deceit, whether it's work or whether it's your personal relationships. So many of you will have the struggle in the month of June of going through the process of accepting some sudden facts that will come up, of trying to resolve issues around trust, trying to sort out personal relationship issues, and sitting down to have a conversation to make sure things are clear. It's a difficult month when it comes to emotional health, when it comes to relationships. Otherwise, overall, I see that the month is okay, except like I mentioned, at the end of the month, there is that event that is happening globally. But overall, the month will not further bring any upheaval or changes in your life. The only upheaval or changes that will happen would be emotionally or mentally rather than in the environment. The environment is pretty much the same. You're working hard, you're managing things, you're being responsible, you're spending time with family. There's a lot of travel being planned. Some of you are, the travel is holidays because you're spending time with families. But remember what I said, it's a month where you have to sit down and resolve your emotional issues, whether it's within you, whether it's with people around, but it's a time for you to sort things out. For some of you, it will be about trust, like I said. For others of you, it will be about letting go of anger, letting go of control issues, being more compassionate with your partners or business partners, family members, being more understanding towards them, extending yourself the support that they need, not being impulsive, not leaving things, not quitting out of anger. Those are the tests that this month has to bring. It's a very intense month at the level of soul, at the level of spirituality, at the level of mental growth. At a mundane level, it's a month that brings you expansion, the opportunity to plan ahead, the opportunity to move forward and work hard. But at an internal mental level, these are the tests. So I have sent you all my blessings and strength. Remember, you saw these predictions. We have a meditation on the YouTube channel as well as on the app. So on those difficult days, maybe come back, listen to that meditation. It gives you the mental strength and the clarity you need to make decisions in this month. Remember not to be impulsive. Work towards resolving things rather than being impulsive and aggressive or quitting things. So that's the biggest advice for the month of June. It's a month of contemplation. So push yourself to make the best. And as we come to the end of June, move towards July, you're going to be feeling happier because in this month you will finish doing the hard work that you need to do, that all of us need to do and cannot escape. And you will move forward into a happy, light July. And of course, I'll be back with predictions. But till then, follow my advice. Listen to the predictions again. Remember on those difficult days or on those moments when you are dealing with your loved ones or dealing with sensitive equations at work, that this is what you need to do. I wish you all the best. Let's start with the stock market predictions for the month of June. June starts with the market still being volatile and a lot of sectors are shaken up. This is also a time where specifically the pharma sector, the health sector is affected, and there's a lot of instability. Those of you who are trading in stocks, you will find that the pharma stocks, stocks connected with the health sector in any format are really shaky at this point. Also, stocks connected to textiles, the garment sector, businesses connected to fabrics, all this entire sector is going to remain very shaky, and it's going to remain shaky till about the 18th of June. So the sectors that I mentioned specifically will see a major shake up, a major drop in prices on the 15th of June. So watch out for that day. 15th and 16th of June are shaky for most of the segments, but especially the ones that I have mentioned. So watch out for those dates. And these stocks, the ones that are shaky till the middle of June, will start stabilizing after the 19th of June. There'll be a minor correction or slight movement happening in the blue chip funds or the large cap segment on the 16th of June, and it's very short lived. You'll see some correction happening around the 15th, 16th, 17th of June, but then it will start slowly, gradually stabilizing. But I don't see too many gains happening as of now. It will take a couple of weeks. 19th of June, 19th of June is a shook up in the finance and banking sector. There'll be some minor corrections happening in this particular segment. It's also around the 19th is also a time where you'll see some changes and movements happening in the NFT and cryptocurrency bit as well. These will remain, the banking, the finance, NFT, crypto will remain very shaky the rest of June. From the 19th onwards, there's going to be a lot of fluctuation. These will stabilize after the 3rd of July. So when we hit the 3rd of July, you'll finally see there is steady growth, there is increase. Banking and finance will start picking up, and this volatility and the drops that we've been experiencing will finally settle down. Overall, market will also start stabilizing after the 3rd of July. 29th of June is also a time where there'll be short corrections in certain segments. Overall, there's something will, shake the market up. I'm going to be making announcements. There is some event happening around this time globally. So the global scenario on the 28th and 29th will affect the stock market as always. So this is a time when the market will shake up a little. So overall, June is a mixed month. It starts okay. We continue to stay as we are in slight volatility. Middle of the month gets shaky for a few segments that I've mentioned. Towards the end of the month, things start stabilizing, but 28th and 29th shakes up the market again. 3rd of July is when you can look at stability, when for at least the next coming few weeks, the markets are going to be a little stable. And of course, in July, I'll come back with the specific sectors and dates like every month. But for this particular month, these are the dates you have to keep in mind. These are the sectors you have to keep in mind. I hope you have a good month ahead. All the best. Happy trading.